So, sorry for the loudness. All right. So, a life update. It is hot. It is officially hot. Right now, it is not hot. It's comfortable, but I'm sure within an hour it's going to be very, very hot, especially in the sun. I am not in the sun right now. I would burn to death. But yes, it is hot. Other than that, I want to talk about forgiveness without reconciliation and how the universe has my back. So recently I've spoken on how I've reconnected with, I broke no contact with my family, which consists of my mother and my sister at the present moment. And I thought about it. I took some time and I thought about it. I made it very clear that with my mother in particular, I made it very clear to her that I would not be the one to initiate things because she's not an initiator. She has the silent mentality, I would say, that I and my children, her grandchildren, should reach out to her in order to keep a relationship going. And that's an empty relationship. And, so that's not going to happen. So I told her, I'm not doing that. I've spent my entire life doing so, and it's unhealthy. I'm not doing it. If you truly want a relationship with me, you will take the initiative and do so. And I didn't even want to explain myself even that much, but I did. Nonetheless, I did. And for some time, that was happening, not for too long, but for some time, like maybe a little over a month. And it was uncomfortable, of course, because I'm getting back into the groove of actually communicating with her. A lot of time, and just communicating in general. I don't speak to people a lot, and I don't really resonate. I don't resonate with her any longer. So I gave it a try. And I speak on the universe having my back is because I know things are going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. Like, I have full trust in that. So I was just like, all right, if I have the ability, the capabilities of meeting people where they are. And not that I choose to do so with everyone, but I have the option. So I was meeting her where she was, and a conversation we had prior to the end of February, she, I told her that for over 2 years, when I went no contact, for those 2 years, she never bothered to reach out. And I'm sure somebody is saying like, well, you went no contact. But me, I did not, I went no contact, but I did not restrict contact. And because let me slow down. My mother she came over to my house with an attitude and, put her hand up on the wall, the border of my door, and was like, So you gonna tell me what the problem is or not? And like, that's no way to. First of all, I'm a grown woman, number one, and I was going through so much, and I don't put my burdens onto other people. I even spoke to her about what I was going through. Not exactly what I was going through, but I did mention to her, I was revisiting the past, and I had a lot of reflecting to do about the things that happened to me in my past. So I needed time to do so. And I remember that day very clearly. She accidentally texted me and was supposed to text my sister saying, "Oh, I knew something was wrong with her. I knew I was right." She's the type of person that wants to be right about everything. I knew I was right. And I was like, "You see, like I'm being vulnerable with you about what's going on with me, and you're taking another route to gossip about me to my sister." And I also realized at that time that this is what always goes on. If something is going on with me, it could be something very detrimental. They choose to gossip about me rather than actually talk to me, see if I need support. Like, nobody was really there for me. Everybody was just there observing, but nobody was really and truly there for me. So that's why I went no contact. I was like, okay, I see what's really going on now, and we're gonna leave it at that. And when she came to my door with that attitude and didn't even ask, like, she immediately said that. No hello, no nothing. No, she was like, "Hi." Like, you're mad at me because I'm reflecting on my past so that I can heal. Then you're guilty about something. You don't want me to do so because you thought that I was going to just forget about everything that happened in the past, whether you agree with it or not, whether you are a part of it or not. And she didn't ask about her grandchildren. And when she said that with the attitude, and I said, you are a grown woman. At this point, you can figure out what the problem is, because I'm not about to. I felt like she wanted me to tell her what was wrong, but didn't really give a fuck about what was wrong. She just wanted me to be vulnerable, and then what is that? And gaslight me and throw it back at me and just deny. And I dealt with that. Was one of the things that I've dealt with when I was a child. I'm tired of that. So I went no contact. That's why I went no contact. And then, fast forward to the end of February of this year, her birthday and my daughter's birthday are a day apart. And we had a conversation maybe 2 weeks prior to their birthdays. And I told her, I was like, even though I went no contact and things ended the way that it did, you took no initiative during the 2+ years to reach out to your grandchildren. Just because you see that we have a problem, or there is a problem between us, that had nothing to do with them. So I said, take a minute to think about how they feel. You literally, you cut them off because of your emotional state at the moment that lasted for over 2 years. Yeah. So she was like, she started going back and telling me what I did that day that she came to my door. It really bothered her that I responded the way that I did. And when people are bothered that you respond calmly and or don't respond exactly the way that they want you to respond so that they can gaslight you and manipulate you, they get upset. And that was my confirmation. Like, you're bringing you anyway. So she was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to make a effort and get their contact information and call them. And when she said it, like, first of all, I could read through people. When she said it, and I'm like, she ain't gonna do shit. But people change. And her birthday came. I wished her happy birthday. My daughter's birthday came, and she sent me a text, and I told her it is not my responsibility to tell your grandchild that's a full-grown adult it's happy birthday, and I'm not gonna do it. And I haven't heard from her since. Have not heard from her since. So that's what I mean by the universe has my back. Some relationships do not need reconciliation just because you forgive them. And some people will exit from your life peacefully because they can't manipulate you into the old versions of who you used to be. She wants a version of me that makes her comfortable. And who I am now makes her very uncomfortable because she has to face herself. She has to face herself, meaning her mindset, her thoughts, her actions, her overall being. She has to face herself. So, deuces, there's a part 2 to this. I'll be back later.